This is like kind of an update to the Suicide Squad game. I did a video on that not too long ago, but we just found out that the game's being delayed. And one of the reasons for the delay, or at least the main reason for the delay, is the fact that there was not a great reaction to the whole PlayStation State of Play announcement they did. A lot of backlash. And yeah, there would be a lot of backlash to that. Because, like I said in the other video, which you guys should watch and or subscribe and or do both, the game didn't seem to be made for the audience it was going for. And I don't know if they just now realized that after their backlash that, oh shit, we made a game for people who don't want to play this kind of game. But my question with this is, what is the delay going to fix exactly? Because my concerns, and I feel like other people's concerns, weren't about like, oh, the visuals or it needs more skins. It's more of like a fundamental issue, like, why is King Shark flying through the air? Why is everyone using guns? Why is Captain Boomerang a speedster? Like, there's certain things in the game that, like, fundamentally you can't just fix with the delay. So I don't know if this delay is going to be one of those things where it's like, oh, we cut out a huge section of content, or if it's just delayed because they want to repackage the same idea in a different way, like maybe show more of like the Justice League and less of the combat. Because even and that's another problem too, the combat didn't look that great. It looked very much like shoot the glowing purple thing, and I say that because literally in the video they showed, we were shooting the purple glowing thing. Not fun. It doesn't look fun. Now the thing is, it's not to say the combat won't be fun or isn't fun, but it doesn't look fun. And this is a trailer, and trailers are all about looks to such a detrimental degree that you can get a game to sell millions just off a trailer alone. It doesn't look like it's bringing anything new to the genre, especially from the studio Rocksteady, who we, associate with fairly, competent game design, but really good visuals and really good combat. Like, the free flow combat was so influential in gaming that a bunch of other games just took it wholesale and put in their own games. So to go from free flow combat to just look at the guns, use the gun, shoot the glowing purple thing, it doesn't really mesh well. And like I said in the other video, that again, you guys should watch and or subscribe and or do both, there is no sense of individuality within the characters, because they're all shooty people, right? So you're going to travel around and shoot things. Even though Deadshot from the comic books is the only one who actually using guns to such an extent, King Shark is a demigod. He'd just be biting people's heads off and punching the shit out of them. He should not be using guns. Harley Quinn is like an insane, well, sometimes depending on who's riding her, an insane acrobatic like melee fighter, like more like a gymnast. She should be fighting more like Nightwing. She doesn't use guns really. Like, she's not known to use guns. Giant hammers, sure. Those knockout punches, those knockout like gloves, fine. Her two dogs, cool. But guns, not really her thing. Captain Boomerang exclusively uses boomerangs. Like, it's his whole thing. He has a whole persona built around him being Australian and using boomerangs. So him using guns, also kind of weird. But because they've kind of flattened everyone's character to just fit this generic like multiplayer model, that's what they had to do, and this is going to be the outcome. We don't want any more of these like Avengers live servicey type games. No one wants that. If you want superhero games, you want to play the superhero. We don't want the balance. We don't want each character to play like and feel like each other. We want to feel like the characters you promised to give us. That's why Batman Arkham, well, really the Arkham series worked so well. They promised us Batman, we got to be Batman. There was no like, oh, you can be Batman here, but this version of Batman's like, no, we're gonna be Batman. We have all the technology in the world. No criminal can beat us. We're gonna solve this crime, we're gonna look cool, we're gonna have fun doing it. And this game doesn't really exude that. But I'm curious to see like what they will be doing with this delay, if it's gonna be just like speeding up the pipeline to we're introducing newer characters quicker. So like probably like day one you're gonna have like additional characters, because I believe they did hint at having more characters. Or is it just gonna be, like I said before, just repackaging the same material but just in a more presentable manner? Who knows?